Thank you again for coming. All sectors of our civil society. It encroaches every facet of our life and generate income, intentionally changing people's liberal mind and thought to the autocratic one. Therefore, we have to be disillusioned with the fact that, apart from subverting and overthrowing the communist regime, there will be no way out. All negotiation, tolerance, engagement, and kindness towards the Communist Party seem approved meaningless, or even leaving a room for the Communist Party to resurrect.
能谈谈今天来这里的感想吗？
好的，大家好，我们是中国国民党加拿大总支部青年会温哥华工作小组的同志们。那今天是民国111年6月4日，也是六四活动的六四悲剧的33周年了。我们在这边表达了我们对于中国民主化第5个现代化的关怀、希望，同时也告诉世人、告诉全球的华人同胞们，我们永远不会忘记在天安门广场33年所流下的血汗泪，也不会忘记33年前在中正纪念堂前面那幅举着的横幅，血脉相连，两岸联歌。中国国民党是全球华人的政党，中华民国是全球华人对于民主的最大公约数。希望各位全球华人的同胞能够支持我们，谢谢各位。
Almost 30 years, Jenny Kwan has represented the people of East Vancouver and has been a strong voice in support of the fight for freedom for Hong Kong. Born in Hong Kong, Jenny immigrated to Canada at the age of 9. She was one of the first Chinese Canadians to sit in the Legislative Assembly. Jenny was also the first Chinese Canadian appointed to the cabinet and served as minister of various capacities.
下一位講者係 Vancouver East 嘅議會代表 Jenny Kwan 關慧晶。Jenny 喺香港出世，9歲嘅時候同屋企人嚟到加拿大，而喺過去30年，除咗服務溫哥華社區 ，Jenny 亦都好支持香港嘅民主運動。Jenny 係加拿大華人史上第一位出任過3級政府議會嘅人，亦都係第一位喺國會向政府提問並得到總理親自起身作答嘅華人。作為溫哥華東區喺國會最有力嘅聲音，佢為建立公義、平等、多元文化嘅拼搏同貢獻都係有目共睹嘅。有請 Jenny。
I also want to take a moment to acknowledge VSSDM for all the work that you have done, Mabel and the presidency for her, and the board members, the volunteers, for your continuous commitment to fight for democracy across the globe. Today, I have to say, is a bittersweet day. First, I am delighted to see so many people gathered here to honor, to commemorate, and to remember the students, the young people, the protesters who were murdered in Tiananmen Square. I want to particularly say hello to the people across the street who are standing there in the rain, all of you way back there. Hello everybody, thank you so much for coming out. Standing with Hong Kong, standing up for democracy, fighting for democracy.
Stand with Hong Kong!
Stand with Hong Kong, absolutely. Now, right here, the organizers has brought with us, and I see the goddess of democracy, an image of the goddess of democracy, and there was also earlier Lady Liberty as well. Those are the symbols of what we stand for, not only here in Canada, but across the globe. We have to remember, and I still remember, back in 1989 when I was watching the news, the moment of pride when I saw the students gather peacefully in Tiananmen Square, fighting for a better future. And then to have been met with such violence. unbelievable violence and for their lives to have been snuffed out and to have been murdered. It was so shocking to see that reality. And today, in 2022, the Chinese government is suggesting that there is no merit to remember this history. I say they are wrong. Absolutely, we have to remember this history. No matter what they do and try to erase it and get rid of all the books and the commemoration, we will not forget that history. And we will continue to link that history to what is happening today in Hong Kong. The loss of lives, the students, the young people, the thousands of points, hundreds of thousands, millions of people who took to the streets to fight for Hong Kong's future. And then for the government, the Chinese government, to have brought in the national security law to shut it all down. And you know what? Even though they may have made it illegal for people to gather in Victoria Park in Hong Kong to commemorate Tiananmen Square and the loss of lives and to honor the students, even though the work that they have brought forward with the national security law to declare all of us illegal in this protest, we will persist and we will stand with Hong Kong and we will continue to fight for democracy.
Stand with Hong Kong! Stand with Hong Kong!
Stand with Hong Kong!
I want to read this onto the record and for everyone. This is the first time, to be honest, that I've seen that the Canadian consulate issuing a statement for Tiananmen Square. And along with a historic picture of the vigil, the message read as follows: we all have the responsibility to uphold human rights and universal freedoms. Today, Canada joins Hong Kong and the international community in solemn remembrance of the tragic events of June 4th, 1989, when peaceful demonstrators were violently suppressed in and around Tiananmen Square. Assembling peacefully is a human right. Canada stands with all those prevented from exercising their rights. So this was the message in defiance, even though they were told that they were not allowed, that it was illegal to commemorate Tiananmen Square. Despite that, Canada and other countries, allied countries, did exactly that. And they put a candle on their window as well. They put a statement out, and I'm proud that the Canadian government did that work. Because human rights is not a partisan issue. Because basic human rights belong to every single human being, no matter where we are and who we are. This is what this movement is about, and today we commemorate Tiananmen Square and the students that were murdered. We honor the people of Hong Kong, and we will continue this fight. For those of us who can light the candle, for those of us who can gather peacefully, who can protest, who can engage in the media, all of those freedoms are sacred, and we have to do everything we can to protect it and to fight for it for those who don't enjoy it. So today, we burn a candle. We light a candle for democracy. We light a candle to honor the people whose lives has been lost. We light the candle for the people who will continue that fight. We light the candle for the people whose voice has been silenced. We light this candle because we stand for democracy, and we're letting them know, even though they're not allowed and that the Chinese government has made it illegal for them to speak up and to speak out, they will not be silenced, for we will stand with them, and we stand with Hong Kong and let the candle burn. Thank you.